Tuesday, the 4th of March. Well, it is by me. Don't know where it is by you. And I'm really sick of having conversations with people about time zones again. But to chat to you, we've had some fairly gloomy weather today, so I've just realized how dark it is. I wanted to talk today about taking care of the tools of our trade. And I think it's a very interesting way for us to conceptualize and think about the importance of taking care of ourselves. So I don't want this to be another discussion just on self-care. I want to help you understand the importance of this. So what I know to be true is that we as health professionals don't look after two things really well, we are unable to earn an income. So the first thing is our mental health. If we don't have our mental health sorted, then chances are we're not going to be well enough to work, or if we don't take care of that part of our the way we do our work, in time we will not want to do the work anymore, or clients will start having poor results, we will lose confidence, our competence will be questioned, and it's just a really big downward spiral into not being able to use your skills, abilities, qualifications to perpetuate your earning capacity. So that's the first thing. And I was talking to one of my coaching clients about it today, because she's going through a really significant disruption in her life. And she was seeing somebody for treatment. And I'm like, it's necessary. If you cut this out of your budget, which is something we want to do when we want to take control, when we need to feel like we're back in control, especially when money is such a big issue, is to go, well, what can I cut out of my expenses? And I'm like, hang on a minute, you've got this massive disruption happening in your life. If you cut that support out of your life, that treatment, that therapy out of your life, what's the impact on your mental health going to be like? And she kind of looked at me and I went, yeah, the chances are if you take that support out of your life right now, you're not going to be able to earn, or it's going to become so much more difficult for you to earn, or we're going to find you leaving the field and going and getting a job. And so taking care of our mental health is directly related to how we can earn. And I hear this a lot from clinicians who go, I can't see any more clients one-on-one, I'm burned out, I need to develop a multiple source of income strategy, which is great. But trying to build another income strategy when you're already feeling depleted and less than and burned out is also a really tough ask. So taking care of our mental health, being able to turn up to clients, not just put them through a process, but be transformative in the way that we're working, engaging with them, making sure that we're charging them correctly, making sure that our appointments are scheduled up to date, making sure our notes are up to date. All of that contributes to a mental wellness that allows us to do our work well. And the second part here is our physical health. Now, as people who sit in chairs for a lot of the day, it's easy for me to be in pain. It's easier for me to have a migraine and still be able to work. I'm probably not doing my best work, but I can still do my work. But if I was out running around the community like I used to do, which I didn't sit in an office all day, and I was in and out of a car and on and off work sites and on and off training institutions, it would be incredibly difficult for me to be able to do that work. So it's important that we are looking after our nutrition and our sleep and making sure that we're physically motivated and physically capable of being able to do this work both now and into the future. So how do we take care of all of this stuff? They're the tools of our trade. We don't necessarily have hammers. We don't necessarily have a car. We don't necessarily have a whole box of tools. Our tools are more urethral than that. They're more cognitive than that. They're invisible, and they're usually within us. So if we're not taking care of these tools, then who is? So just like I talked about a risk yesterday being viruses coming into your business or health attacking your business in some way, I think it's important that we look at the risk of our own ill health or our own inability to earn or perform in our businesses. What is that risk? For a lot of us who are solo business owners, if I don't turn up and see clients, I don't earn an income. So if you got really sick, what are the implications going to be for you? And what are you doing on a day-to-day basis to help preserve your health, maintain your health, or even improve your health? Because I can assure you that the research, because I know about this stuff, tells us that those people who are at work and are engaged in work that is good for them are likely to live longer and have less ill health effects than those who are not at work. And it doesn't matter what the work is, it's got to be healthy work. I'm not talking about stuff where you're going to work and think you're going to die today. So work is more than just the income that we bring home at the end of the day. It's about fulfillment, it's about purpose, and those things actually add to our longevity, and those things add to our overall sense of wellness. So being able to turn up and just do a job for a client becomes a much bigger part of a much bigger picture in terms of who we are and how we need to turn up every day. So if you're going through some sort of major disruption or major interruption in your life and everything in you wants to shrink back and you don't want to spend money on things that keep you healthy, you don't want to spend money on things that you know are good for you, things, you know, if you find that you're getting sore because you sit down a lot, then maybe you need to go and work with a physical therapist or an exercise physiologist to actually improve your posture. Maybe you need a massage every so often to help reduce the tension in your neck. If you're finding that you're doing a lot of keyboarding and you're starting to get sore hands or a sore neck or a sore shoulder, maybe you need somebody to help look at your body positioning there. It's not about the right chair and it's not about the right piece of equipment, it's how you use your body. And there are people who specialize in this so that you make sure that there's a really good person-job fit. That's the principles behind ergonomics. So you know that I'm incredibly passionate about making sure that people like us who are in private practice can last the distance and stay the distance. Well, these are some of the things that we need to think about. Some people don't need a lot of sleep. That's cool. Not everybody needs to fit into, you know, an 8-hour sleep pattern, but are you getting replenishing rest that allows your body to rejuvenate? And are you waking up in the morning feeling like you're ready to go for the day? Do you know when you need to have a break? And start planning for these things, for goodness sake. Start making sure that you're not expecting yourself to turn up day in and day out for 365 days a year, for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. Please don't do that. You're too important and you're too valuable. So if there's one thing that you have kind of gone, ooh, I need to take notice of that, please go and put something into action today. Please put something into action about what it is that you need. So for some people, it's as simple as healthy boundaries. No. I'm working with a lot of people at the moment to help them say no. These are people that are usually very full in their businesses, and because they're so passionate about what they do, they don't like saying no. But what I've helped them understand is if you continue to say yes, you're not going to be able to keep doing this. And all the things that are motivating you and fulfilling you and filling you up and helping you be passionate are going to be gone, because you'll be jaded, you'll be overtired, your adrenals will be exhausted, you'll be waking up with coffee and going to bed with wine, your sleep will be disrupted, and you're going to hate it. And I don't want that for you. And I've lived that for long enough in my life. I remember times going to work hoping I would get hit by a bus because I just did not want to have to deal with the stuff that was on top of me that day. Great tip, no snoring, Kate. Is incredibly wrong and drastically wrong. We can see this, we get a sense, you might not be able to articulate it, but we get a sense that things aren't right or that something needs to be taken care of. And find a trusted person that you can go to and say, hey, can you help me think through this? Doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be engaged in psychotherapy or psychological treatment. It might be something completely different. I know for a lot of people, when I get them back into moving and meaningful, fun, enjoyable activity, we start to see a shift in mood. I'm all about function first. Most of you may know that by now, but if I can get you functioning better, then I know your feelings follow. Kate, you love saying you're full. Well, you're one of the people I'm talking about here. It's such an empowering thing to be able to say to people, I'm full, but let me help you find someone else, or I'm full, but we can do this, or I'm full, but we can do that. I know when I get to say I'm full, I know that I am providing the best service to the people I've already said yes to. And when I remember all of those people that I've already said yes to, and that I'm turning up well for them, I'm turning up healthy for them, I'm turning up ready for them, it makes it so much easier for me to say no. Healthy boundaries, such an important thing for we as health professionals, because we want to help everyone, we want to serve everyone, and you know what, we are good, and we are good at what we do, but we've got to stop doing it at the cost to ourselves. Here ends the sermon. I'm going to go and check out what's happening with the weather, because I think we've got a really big storm coming and the internet's been acting up for the last hour and a bit. So wishing you all a wonderful morning, afternoon, evening, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you again this week. Until then, it took you years to learn to say no, Beck. Yes, but you got to practice with me, and you've practiced with me incredibly well. I'm still not very good at saying no. I'm putting that out there, but I'm getting better at putting things in the way so I can't say yes immediately. That's how I've had to get around that. Anywho, until the next time, go be your awesome self.